Hey everyone, my name is Jimmy Smith, and I'm the Generations Pastor here at FBCALLEN. And one of the ministries that I get to help or get to be involved with is our marriage ministry. And marriages, they are a priority here at FBCALLEN. Matter of fact, when I talk about marriage, one of the hashtags I use on social media is "take care of your marriage," because when you're taking care of it, that means you're working at it. You know this. Good marriages don't just happen; they take work. And so we do things like this just to help you to do that, to give you some simple tools to help you to take care of your marriage. And one of the things I want to talk to you about today real quickly is just this idea of honor. Do you honor your spouse? Or what does it mean to honor your spouse? When you look it up in Webster's dictionary, honor is, it says it's defined as it is a high respect, high esteem, or a very high exalted title or rank. And so what does that mean, practically speaking? Well, it just means that we recognize the worth of our spouse and we decide to cherish them as a treasure, as the treasure that they are. They belong to God, and it is something that God has blessed us with, and so we decide to cherish them. We decide to honor them. We decide to treat them as the exalted person that they really are. And so how do you do that? Well, one of the ways you do that is you put your spouse above yourself and above others. I mean, the only relationship that's higher than your relationship with your spouse is your relationship with the Lord. But the highest earthly relationship is that relationship you have with your spouse. And so you put them there. That's a choice that you make, because there's going to be a lot of things that are competing for that. But as a husband or as a wife, you have to guard that spot, and you have to defend that spot and keep that spot for your spouse, because if you have them anywhere else, then you're going to see them as less than or not as worthy. And that means when you honor them, you give them your very best. You don't give it to other people. You don't give it to other things. You give your very best to your spouse. Our spouses don't need our leftovers or this, I'm spent and I don't have any time for you. I don't have any time for this relationship. I don't have any time or the energy to invest in this. That's not honoring. We give our spouses the very best. And that happens in little things in life. There are some big moments in marriage, but marriage is really made up just of a lot of little choices that you make every day. And when you choose to make those choices, when you choose to do those well, then you're choosing to honor your spouse. And let's just be honest. If you don't value your spouse, then you're not going to treat them as such. And so what ends up happening is if we don't put our spouses above ourselves, then what we do is we put ourselves above our spouses. And so it's not about we, and it's not about serving you, but it's about what can you do for me? How can you make me happy? And then when you don't make me happy, then there's something wrong with you. And that's not honoring. That's not honoring your spouse, and that's not God honoring, because that's not the way God created marriage. And so I want to challenge you to honor your spouse. And here's a great way to kind of think about that. And it's this idea of making a "I love you because" list. And so what I want you to do, maybe you just do it on your phone, just open up a note and start writing, "I love you," and you can put your spouse's name, "because," and then just start listing all the reasons why you love them. And the great thing about this list is it can grow. Some days you'll put down a bunch of stuff, there'll be something that happens that reminds you of it's something you want to add to that list. And then you can just daily look at that list, and it's a reminder to say, you know what? I am blessed, I am loved, and I love my spouse, and I want to honor my spouse because of who they are in Christ, right? And also because of how Christ has blessed me because of them. So that's your challenge this week and every other week. But work on honoring your spouse. All right? When you honor your spouse, you're going to take care of your marriage.